Hi guys, welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to discuss how to integrate card payment on the website using hosted checkout method. This is the agenda of the session. What is hosted checkout and how to create the hosted checkout profile. Security keys and endpoint for hosted checkout integration. We are going to see how the hosted checkout integration works. I will also show the code which I have used for the hosted checkout integration. First 2 point, what is hosted checkout and how to create the hosted checkout profile, we already covered in the previous session. This is the video hosted checkout profile where I have explained what is hosted checkout and how to create the hosted checkout profile in the Cybersource. Once you go through this video, you will be able to create the hosted checkout profile in the Cybersource. It is must to create the hosted checkout profile to use the hosted checkout integration method. The next is security keys and endpoint for hosted checkout integration. These are the 3 keys we need to integrate the hosted checkout on the website: profile ID, access key, and secret key. And these 3 keys we can get from the hosted checkout profile. Let me show you how to get these 3 keys. So let's log in the Cybersource portal. I have logged in the Cybersource portal and you need to go to the payment configuration section. Click on the secure acceptance settings. Here you will see hosted checkout profile. So you need to open the profile which you want to use for the hosted checkout integration. Suppose you are using this profile, HOP test. You need to open it, view profile. And you need to go to the security option. Here there is an option of view key. You need to click on it. And from here you need to download both the keys, access key and a secret key. You can click on this option, download access key and download secret key. And profile ID you can get it from here. This is the profile ID. You can copy this. So this is how you can get all 3 keys. All 3 keys we will use in our code base that I will also show. Regarding the Cybersource endpoint, this is the Cybersource endpoint which I have used for the demo, and this endpoint is for the test environment. There are a number of other endpoints supported by this hosted checkout integration method, and the details of the endpoints you can get it from the official documentation. This is the official documentation from Cybersource. You can refer the endpoints and transaction type section. Now let me explain how the hosted checkout integration works. I have created one small application where I have integrated the hosted checkout. This is the website where I have integrated the card payment using hosted checkout integration method. So here you can see one link, hosted checkout. Let's click on it. On this page you can see one button, checkout with HOP. When you click on this button, one form is submitted to Cybersource. So let me show you the form. Right click on it and inspect. And here you can see form. This is the form, payment form. This form is submitted to this URL. The URL which I mentioned in the previous slide. So this is the Cybersource URL. All these details mentioned in this form are sent to the Cybersource. So it is having the access key, the hosted checkout profile access key, profile ID, transaction UID. This is the unique random number. Unsigned field would be blank for this. Signed date, the date of the transaction in UTC. Local is English. Transaction type, I am using authorization, comma, create payment token. Means Cybersource will perform the authorization, then it will also create the token. Reference number, so this would also be a unique number. Normally this would be cart number or order number. Amount of the transaction or order amount, here you can see 193. Currency, I am using USD. Signed field names, these are the fields which I am sending in the signed field names. Payment method is the card. And signature, so this is the signature value. So all these details are coming from the backend server. I will show you that as well when I will show the code. We will also monitor the call in the network tab. Here is nothing. I am clicking on this button. This is the call pay which has been made to Cybersource when we clicked on the submit button. You can see in the payload the details which has been sent to Cybersource. So these are the details. When we clicked on the button, there was called to Cybersource and Cybersource has displayed this page. This is the checkout page. This is the Cybersource URL. This is not the localhost URL. So this checkout page having the billing address, shipping address, and the card details form, payment details. And here the amount, transaction amount or order amount. Let's fill the details. So I have entered the billing address. Now we need to enter the shipping address. We can also copy the billing address by clicking on this flag, ship order to my billing address. So you can see shipping address has also populated. Now we need to enter the card details. I'm choosing the Visa card number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Month, any future date. Now click on next. Just notice that still the URL of the page is this, which is the Cybersource endpoint. So everything is happening on the Cybersource domain now because we are using the hosted checkout. So here the review page, billing address, what we have entered, shipping address, payment details, and amount. Here we have an option of edit address, edit details. Once we click on this, the transaction would be completed. Or we have an option of cancel order. If you click on this, the transaction will be cancelled. So let's click on pay. So you can see receipt means the transaction has been completed. Receipt having the billing address, shipping address, card details, the mask, card number, amount. You can print this receipt. It is also having the order number, you can see the value which we entered in the reference number. The reference number is shown in the form which submitted to the Cybersource, and date also. Here we have a one button, return to website. When we click on it, we will return to the home page of the website. So let's click on it. So you can see this is the home page of our website. Now I will explain how to relate the hosted checkout profile configuration with checkout pages so that you can have more clarity on which configuration of the profile affect which section of the checkout page. So let's open the profile in the Cybersource. So you can see the payment setting. Let's click on it. Here you can see 3 cards we have configured: Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. So on the checkout page, you can see these are coming here: Visa, MasterCard, Amex. Now let's click on the Visa setting. And in the CVN section, you can see CVN displays true and CVN is also required. Let's select the Visa card. And here you can see CVN is getting displayed. So that is coming from here. This field is required. So you can see star here because we have enabled this. Go back. And here you can see card detection, which we have not enabled. That's why you can see these 3 options to choose the card, which card you are entering. If you are entering the MasterCard, then you need to choose MasterCard and enter the card number. Because we have not enabled the automatic card detection. If you enable this card detection, then this option card type will not come here. Now let's talk about billing address and shipping address section. Go to the payment form. Here you can see checkout steps where we have configured 2 forms, billing address and shipping address. Billing address details you can see here. So whatever configuration we have used here, those would be applicable to this form. This is having those fields for which display is true. And you also can see the required field. So the star is coming. And the configuration we have used for this shipping address would be applicable to this form, shipping information, shipping address form. Now let's go to the review page. So we are on the review page. Let's go to the profile. Here we have configuration for review page. So which all things you want on the review page. So I have checked all three, and all these are editable as well. You can see billing address, shipping address, and card details. All three are coming here, and each having the edit option, because here we have checked the edit option. Now let me explain the configuration for this cancel order link. You can see here. So let's go to the customer response section, and here you can see custom cancel response. So this configuration is for the cancelled transaction, and here we are using hosted by Visa Acceptance Solutions, means we are using the Cybersource provided cancelled page, and on that cancelled page this order was cancelled would be displayed along with one button. You can see, and that button will have this URL, this. So let's see if this configuration is working or not. Here you can see cancel order link. Let's click on it. Yes. So you can see we are on the cancelled page, and it is having this message, your order was cancelled, and it is having one button, return to website. If you click on it, you will redirect to the home page of the website. You can see. So this is how this configuration is used. So we have seen how cancel order link works. You can see the pay button is here. It is used to confirm the details to the Cybersource. Once we click on it, Cybersource will process the transaction and will send the response. It will send the response as per this configuration. So let's click on it. You can see the receipt page, and it is having some details along with this button and the print button. So to handle the Cybersource response after processing, this configuration is used. So here we are using hosted by Visa Acceptance Solutions, means we are displaying the response on the Cybersource provided page. So you can see this is page coming from the Cybersource. And here it is having one button, return to website. When we use this method hosted by Visa Acceptance Solution, this configuration is also applied. So this button is having the link mentioned here, this localhost. If you click on it, you will redirect to the home page of the website. You can see this. In the background, you can see some greenish color. That is also done through the configuration. So you need to go to the branding, and this is the section total amount, and you can see this is the default color used for this background, and the text color. You can see the text in black, and background color is coming from this code, hex code. Here you can see header content. So this configuration is used to display some header here. I have not used this configuration, that's why nothing is coming here. Same for the footer. To display some footer component here, you can use this footer section. You can configure the main body here. Color you can, so whatever color you can see of the text, that is because of this. So we can configure the header, main body, and footer. We can change the look and feel of this page. Now let me show you this configuration. What is the use of this pay and finish button? You can see the pay button having the green color. So that is coming from this. This is the default green color. You can also change the text. You can use your custom text. So you need to enable that. Let me Let me show you that. Confirm. So let's click on enable, and here pay button, you can give your own text. So whatever you give here, that would be displayed here. By default, pay is used. So this is how you can use the branding configuration. Now let me show how I have used the notification configuration. In the notification, you can see merchant post email I have enabled, means for all the transaction, whether it's successful or failed or cancelled, Cybersource will send the transaction data on this email ID. So whatever transaction I have performed on the website during demo, for all those transactions, I will get the notification on my email ID. So whether I cancelled the transaction or whether the transaction was successful, all those transactions would be sent to the email ID on this email. All those transactions would be sent on this email ID. So let me show you that. This is the email Cybersource send, having this subject purchase data. So you can see this transaction. This is the transaction data, and this is for the transaction I cancelled. This is how it sends the data. So this is the use of this merchant notification configuration. You can also use this URL option, means you can write some web service, and Cybersource will post the data, the same data whatever being sent on the email, to this endpoint. Then you can parse that data and you can save the data at your end. For the demo purpose, I have just used this, but you can also use this URL. So as per your requirement, you can use either of the method. Now you should have more clarity on the hosted checkout working. So we have discussed how the hosted checkout integration works. Now let me show you the code. This demo website I have created using the Spring Boot. So this is a Java application. Let me go to the code base. This is the project which I created using Spring Boot. So this is the homepage controller. When you load the website, the call comes here, and this home, it is having nothing but a link, one link. So when you click on the hosted checkout link, we will come to this method, this HOP checkout data. This is the request mapping, and here you can see I have set the data which is used in the form which I shown in inspect mode. This form. So whatever data you can see here, that has been set here. So the access key, profile ID, I have hard coded the amount, currency locally, and the reference number is this KS and random number, and the transaction type and date in UTC. You can see I am generating the current date in UTC. Signed field and the signature. Signature uses the signed field values to generate the signature. What is the use of signed field? I already explained in my previous videos. So to generate the signature, here we are preparing the data. This method is called this, passing this, and we are using the secret key. Then we set this data in the model along with the view name. Checkout is the view name. So this is the checkout JSP, where I have created one form. This is the action, and here I am populating the data. This is the submit button, checkout with HOP. How the generate signature works internally, I already explained it in my previous video on how to do the card payment using checkout API. This is the video where I have explained how the generate signature works. What is the use of signature? What is the use of signed field and unsigned fields? What is the difference between them? So please go through this video to understand the whole concept. In the code, the main thing is this method where we are setting the data for the form, and this checkout.js which is having the form. I will commit this code in the GitHub and will share the link in the description of the video. So this is all from the code side. So we have completed this session. If you have any doubt, any query, please let me know in the comment section. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.